We're 10 weeks into the NFL season, and it's around this time that teams start planning ahead for next season. Free agency is probably on their minds right now, and the negotiation period that's starting in mid-March 2023. Who should be on the list for each franchise to sign, and who will end up walking? In today's video, we'll look at the best free agents slated to be on the market, so let's begin. Starting with number 20, Jack Conklin, offensive tackle, Cleveland Browns. With a salary of $11 million in 2022, Conklin will enter the 2023 season age 29, but he lacks durability and hasn't been available for the entire season since 2019. With Cleveland relying on that run behind Nick Chubb, there's a good chance they could decide that James Hudson III is the ideal replacement and let him go. Despite all that, there's a lot to like about him, and he could be a great fit for a run-heavy system. After that, at number 19, Daniel Jones, quarterback, New York Giants. A low-level starter, no doubt, Jones is earning under $8.5 million, and he'll still only be 26 when he enters free agency. Of course, the Giants would like to keep him, even though they haven't exercised their fifth option. They should do it because Jones is only going to get more and more expensive. If for some reason they don't, Jones will have plenty of suitors. At number 18, Yannick Ngakoue, defensive end, Indianapolis Colts. On course for his 7th straight season with at least 8 sacks, Ngakoue is really good, and the Colts should be keeping him. He will draw plenty of interest because he shows juice off the ball, the hand usage, and an excellent short area burst, and he's not even 30 years old. Ngakoue is earning $13 million in Indianapolis, but can he get a better package? We think so. Moving on to number 17, Jordan Poyer, safety, Buffalo Bills. A very versatile safety, Jordan Poyer is one of the more interesting players available in free agency. Disruptive and productive defender, Poyer's ability to play from the split field and the post are very underrated. Despite a few injuries, he should be re-signed by the Buffalo Bills. They do have Micah Hyde, but he's suffering from a neck injury, and all that points to the Bills keeping him. Also at number 16, Josh Jacobs, running back, Las Vegas Raiders. Josh Jacobs has shown a lot of explosiveness this season, and for someone averaging 5.2 yards a carry, he clearly has a lot of value. Don't forget, Jacobs will be 25 entering the 2023 season, so there are many reasons for him to get paid. He's in our top 20 because of his ability to handle over 20 touches per week, and already has 3 games of 140 or more rushing yards. The Raiders should find a way to bring him back. Up next at number 15, James Bradberry, cornerback, Philadelphia Eagles. With terrific press man traits, Bradberry's produced 3 interceptions along with 11 defended passes. He also possesses the length to close throwing windows and can also fit as a zone defender because of his vision in the backfield. Bradberry's enjoying a great season, and it seems he's fit in with the Eagles really well. They should do the right thing and keep him because his pairing with Darius Slay looks solid. At number 14, Jessie Bates III, safety, Cincinnati Bengals. Jessie Bates in the 2021 postseason was simply exceptional. He's an incredible player and fits both single high and 2 deep schemes. In fact, his versatility could be important for any team in the division. Unfortunately, we don't think the Bengals will keep him beyond this season. There were no agreements on an extension during the offseason, and it's probably time to move on for both parties. Coming in at number 13, Lavonte David, inside linebacker, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He'll be turning 33 in the offseason, but there are very few linebackers better than Lavonte David. We can still see the disruptiveness he brings to the opposition, and he's savvy while he does it. You know what you're getting when you sign a player like David, and he's an important part of the Bucs defense, even with Devon White in the fold. We don't see them parting ways with the veteran. Let's look at number 12, Dalton Schultz, tight end, Dallas Cowboys. Schultz produced career numbers in 2021 with 78 receptions, 8 touchdowns, and 808 yards. While that production has certainly dipped, it's due to the knee injury the 26-year-old is nursing. He'll be 27 in the offseason, but what will the Cowboys do with him? Chances are they let him walk and go for another less expensive free agent because Schultz is commanding nearly $11 million in 2022. Our 11th pick, Geno Smith, quarterback, Seattle Seahawks. With 72.8 in completion percentage, Geno Smith is leading the NFL, and his total QBR ranks 4th with 67.7. He's playing extremely efficiently, and these traits will translate well with any passing scheme in the NFL. Smith deserves an extension in Seattle, and a meaningful one at that, but the Seahawks are eyeing a rebuild, and it's hard to say whether they'll go for him or not. Making the top 10, Tony Pollard, running back, Dallas Cowboys. Tony Pollard makes it into the top 10 purely because of his speed and his ability to produce in the backfield as a receiver. In fact, he'd be a very sneaky top-end free agent. It's probably smarter if Dallas cuts Elliott and keeps Pollard because it's unlikely that they keep both players. Pollard's definitely the better out of the two, more explosive and faster, and the numbers back his case up as well. After that, at number 9, Javon Hargrave, defensive tackle, Philadelphia Eagles. The recent showings from Hargrave have helped him climb the free agent ladder, and it wouldn't be a surprise surprise if he's in demand even more by the time the season's over. He's slippery off the ball and can cut through protection to hit the quarterback as well. Hargrave will be 30 soon, and it's probably better for him to cash in. Don't forget, he's already earning nearly $18 million for 2022, and it wouldn't be a surprise if he commands something similar. On to number 8, Jimmy Garoppolo, quarterback, San Francisco 49ers. Any team looking for a mid-tier starter, especially one with a defined play-action route tree, should be all over Garoppolo in the free agency. If his shoulder wasn't injured, he could have already landed a decent deal, but let's see what's in store for Jimmy in the 2023 free agency. One thing's for sure, with Garoppolo into his 30s, he should at least test the market before finding a landing spot where he's an unchallenged starter. Moving on to number 7, Tom Brady, quarterback, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, if there's someone who needs no introduction, it's Tom Brady. The only question about Brady is his future plans, and they play a huge part in assessing his value. He'll also be 46 when the 2023 season starts. Will he move on? It could hurt the Bucs if Brady decides to retire again. At number 6, Roquan Smith, inside linebacker, Baltimore Ravens. Smith has this ability to rack up tackles as a run defender. It's a great ability and has helped him come up with 88 already this season. The Ravens used multiple picks to land Smith, so it doesn't seem like the right decision to let him go. But if they use the franchise tag on Lamar Jackson, things could get tricky. Entering the top 5, Marcus Davenport, defensive end, New Orleans Saints. At 6'6" and 260 pounds, Davenport has the physical profile to contribute at both base and sub fronts. He only has a half sack this season, but his 20 pressures are decent underlying numbers. But can the Saints keep him? They're already cash strapped, and Davenport will come for big money. Up next at number 4, Saquon Barkley, running back, New York Giants. For us, Barkley's among the top 3 running backs in the world. We've seen him get that extra burst and explosiveness after his return from injuries. A difference maker, Barkley already has 23 carries of 10 or more yards and is fast approaching 1,000 yards on the ground. The Giants should do everything in their power to keep him. He's the biggest reason they're 7-2. Now on to the top 3 with Elgton Jenkins, offensive lineman at Green Bay Packers. His injury history is cause for concern, but when healthy, Jenkins is a fleet-footed blocker and has the skills to redirect in space. His positional flexibility helps him on the offensive line, and while there's so much to like about him, it's risky signing him because of his injuries. Green Bay might just let him leave. Coming in at number 2, Orlando Brown Jr., offensive tackle, Kansas City Chiefs. Blocking for Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, Brown registers a pass block win rate of nearly 90%. That's enough of a reason to keep him, and the Chiefs invested a lot of draft capital to get him in, so it's a no-brainer. Finally, at number 1, Lamar Jackson, quarterback, Baltimore Ravens. By far the most electric player in the league, Jackson will be the top free agent available in 2023. Of course, Baltimore will do everything to keep him, and they could use the franchise tag on him too, but it's still one to keep an eye out for because Roquan Smith is another pending free agent they'd want to re-sign. That's a wrap for this video. Do you agree with our picks and the rankings we've given them? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one.